You should. Good morning, mothers. Toy Matt here. Interesting morning tech video. This is a big moment. This is my first standalone FJ55 tech video. So ring the bell and please subscribe. I'll post this on the 55 series section forum standalone on MUD, as well as the 4055 shared in the main forum. So it'll be in both locations. But topics today are a complete and all-inclusive FJ55 Accelerator Linkage kit, optional hand throttle, USA spec. I am getting into plating, as I've mentioned in previous videos. If you subscribe, you'd see them in chronological order. Our music this morning is Hell on Wheels, and with Anderson Mount back on AMC. They have a great soundtrack. It's really super shop music to listen to, so I encourage you to check out the Hell on Wheels soundtrack. Today's morning beverage is Vita Coconut Water. No beers. Hemi Alex's tumbler. Toad Matt drank too much Rolling Rock this weekend, and he's dehydrated. Then we have something new. I'm gonna use this lighter as a point. That is our last topic. Feast your eyes. 77 through 80. Yes, 7 of 80 tail lamps. More to come on that. So pay attention to the linkage. Forgot the tail lamps for a second. Okay, so I had a client request a linkage kit. He's de-webbering his Ford of 77 FJ55 LG-KA USA spec. My simple reply was, you chose wisely. So, without further ado, I might take the camera aerial here a bit, but I think I'm going to point. Let's get that out of the way. This is the base insulator for a 2F engine. I sell these. I get them in the non-USA far away. You can't get them in the United States anymore, but they'll work on a 2F January 75 through 9 of 87, FJ40, FJ60, FJ55. I do supply, which I failed to get, the bolts. You will get number 7s. See them? Look at the pretty number 7. It's Japanese industrial steel, 100% made in Japan. The traditional way, by hand, with pride. You don't get plating like this anywhere in Southeast Asia. Hell no. That's a topic for another video. So, who calls themselves alligator plater anyway? But if you got tight work, you got tight work. So, back to tech. Let's see, how am I going to start this? Okay, let's start with the optional hand throttle, because that's an accessory. That's not part of the factory base kit. I'll take the camera in for a shot. I'm trying to practice the gyroscope method. But if you look here, you see that square tab? There's a grommet that goes in there, which is the grommet. The grommet is a little, little square guy, and he goes in. Bring it on, little grommet. Anyway, they're still available from Toyota because they were used in other applications. See how the grommet pops through the back there? Pretty spanky, huh? So let's do an aerial shot here, and I'm going to use the pointer and go over the linkage. This is an FJ55 gas pedal. How you can tell is the arm goes up and it takes a deep, steep 45 down. FJ41s do that also with an F1.5, so you gotta be careful. But the telltale sign is the square back plate here. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it. It's square. The FJ41's more triangle shaped. Trying to have a tricky shot. I'll flip it over later, but I didn't want to disturb my little number 7s. Stronger than crosshair from Bad Batch. There's an exploded view. The firewall bracket's very, very unique and different on a 55. And there's the exploded view. My reproduction cushions, the stainless steel fender washers, my reproduction collars, my reproduction 35mm bolts, and the little guy you gotta steep. It was pre-steeped per video. This is called a cushion. This is used all over Land Cruisers. It's used on brake pedals, clutch pedals. It's used on a fuel door. That cushion goes right here. I will install the cushion when we lift up the pedal. I have reproduced, using 2 NOS rods, the proprietary main difference, the long 200mm rod. I take a NOS FJ60 rod and an NOS FJ40 top, and I do my thing, the top secret skunkworks way, and reproduce 78060-90305. That's pretty good. I remember that early in the morning, but double check me on that. This doesn't exist anywhere. It's exclusive. Well, none of this stuff exists anywhere. This is the first full hand throttle FJ55 kit I've ever done, let alone made that rod. I've always had them used in the past, but that's NOS. Then all my new reproduction parts, but the everything else has been replated. Carburetor bracket with the usual safety features installed. The hairpin and the washer under here. See that? And then the little mini rod. FJ55 stuff's all a little different. It's a, it's a different animal. That type of thing. I pre-lubed them, and you can see as I squashed them together, you have to use grease here, but we got some grease coming out there, which is good. You want the ball and sockets to have that PTFE T9 bow shield type grease. I'm going to start carrying the non-abrasion attracting grease in the online store. I know where to get it. I could get a Japanese JIS toothpaste tube of it, and it'll be a reasonable price point for the average Land Cruiser and vintage Toyota owner-operator. So, let's select the letter D. That goes on here onto the D-groove shaft, like so. Up. It's early, no coffee yet. First, your cosmetic collar goes on, which I have NOS, of course. I scooped up the last of the Toyota ones back in high school in the 90s. Still got them. Turn that D-groove shaft around. Boom. See how it's got a trim feature now, kind of? Then you take this strange beveled nut they have. Beveled side in on the end of the cable. Watch my hands. Whoop. There we go. Let it jiggle. Now this is all easy, but try doing this underneath the dash. I bet you'll be sweating your bullets off. So pre-assemble everything you can. So there we go. Now I want you guys to take a look at something real quick. I'm going to make a key point here while I operate the throw on my new top secret Mud Buddy client's 4 of 77 hand throttle, because people tried new things and experiment. How you're supposed to your throttle up. Let's do the grommet. I'm going to exit stage right for 5 seconds. In order to get this grommet, you can't push this grommet in from the front, okay? Because it's got that cone-shaped tip. See that little tip? Are you allowed to say that on YouTube? You need to take it and pull on it. By pulling on it, you're decreasing the diameter of the rubber, and watch this. Bam! You just pull on it, it snaps in. You don't need to lube it or steep it or anything. And then look, as the gas pedal hits, but that's the, poor show. My spring was ratcheted down. There we go. Okay, so that is the, now you can see the cushion in action. Look at that. You hear anything? Nope. Okay, so that's the gas pedal. This is the firewall bracket for the hand throttle. This is called a standoff. How much time's left in the video? We got 11 minutes, so we can't go 27 minutes. I'm going to take my rod, my 78160 rod off, and I simply want a close up of this. I'm going to rotate it like the car dealerships did in the 70s on the turntables. Look at it glisten. I have only one thing to say. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Speak up. No? Okay, good. I wasn't answering anyway. Okay, so maybe this is in order. Can you see that? I know what they look like, and my wife has a pair. So, the wife is out, and we're shooting a video, so always an interruption at Toyota Mount Skunk Works. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the lights. I know everyone's been thinking about this. These have been discontinued for many years. And I pieced together scraps. I bought a cracked lens on eBay and super glued it. And I sent them to a lens manufacturer. Let's start out with the whole one. And then I'll go to the exploded view one. Of course. 1977, 1987. I bolted this one together. It's the total reproduction. The lenses have some markings on them, but they don't have the word Toyota. There was a bit of tradecraft involved, and I was a little spooked. But they got some shipping glue on them and stuff, but they come polished. I polish them. Color coded tracer stripe wire. Green with the white tracer, solid green, black, red with the black tracer. Toyota OEM Yazaki connector. 6-bay connector, 5 terminal bays are occupied. Plug and play. And I spent like literally 2 years working on these to bring them to the table. And there was a lot of back and forth and shipping. I'm still paying off the molding charges. Judas Priest for the expensive, but I think it's worth it. I'm proud. This is only the best top tier work. I was carrying a set down the steps, and the lens fell out and dropped. Not this one, and not anyone gets, but it dropped down basement steps on ePay on the concrete floor. It did not chip or crack. These are structural lenses. Everything's original. This isn't metal, it's plastic chrome, just like the original one. But I want you guys to look at the quality for a second. Take a look at that lens. Look at the cricket eye features, that's what Toyota calls them. Lens, and then it has cricket eye in parentheses, or cricket eye type. This is geometric cricket eyes, and these are round cricket eyes. Other American lenses might have them, but Toyota calls them cricket eyes. So if you ever see a lens and it's not a cricket eye inside, it's probably counterfeit. A lot of, especially the 60 series ones, but now you know about Toyota factory cricket eye lenses. I guess crickets are popular in Japan. They're sure as hell not here at the Skunk Works. They get bug glue traps fast. So, lenses are solid. The inside, it's got the light shades integrated. It comes with incandescent bulbs. This is an exception. Technically, these are, the reproductions, but there will be a custom Kyoto LED version out in the next few days. I will LED a set of these, or they may only be mandatory LED, like all my other Kyoto illumination products. Exclusively at Vintage Tech Parts. We are the exclusive home of new OEM illumination products. Kyoto, Stanley, Toshiba. And these are no different. These are Kyoto reproductions. They will be a custom Kyoto LED kit. However, they are clearly stated as reproduction. Time to read the descriptions. I'm finding out people aren't reading the descriptions, and that's kind of frustrating because I put a lot of time into the wording and using Japanese English translation terminology, microfiche terms, FSM terms. So you, the owner operator of vintage Toyota vehicles of all kinds, we'll go to the FSM. Tool engine. Engines have starters in the engine section. They're not in the electrical section. However, wiper washer motors and bottles are in the electrical section, but coolant bottles are in the tool engine section. It's a brave new world. Plating, reproduction parts. It's only going to get better. There's going to be some big changes in the store over the holidays. Look for less and look for more. Now, you might wonder what that means, and I'm not trying to trick you in the morning. Look for less and look for more. There will be less winners, the few, out of that 10. Make it all worth it. And it makes it worth it for me to dive ever deeper, push ever harder, and strive ever stronger for the vintage Toyota Land Cruiser community. I really mean that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. And please, 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 please ring the bell, subscribe, leave comments. I like feedback of all kinds. If you don't like the video, speak your mind. If you like the video, bring it on. If you don't like the video, bring it on. I want to hear and improve. And somebody commented about the music. I turned it off, so I'm going to watch this after I edit it and see. Theme music has always been a start of the videos, and that's not going to change, but how I apply the theme music may apply. So maybe we'll rock out to something if we could avoid a stupid YouTube commercial. Yeah, we'll close with the Black Angel. Again, proudly presenting 77 through 80 FJ55 LZ-KA and LZ-KA combination lamp assemblies exclusive to us and exclusive to VintageTechParts.com. You will not find these anywhere else globally. So the quality's there. As always, have a nice day. Alternator pivot bolts, alternator hardware kits are coming today. Look at that number 10, JIS number 10, made in China. Bring it on. Have a nice day, guys. Oh, goddamn.